science, third semester. Today I am going to be presenting about COVID-19 data analysis. So let's start with the analysis. First of all, we are getting our data set from Carrier. This is our regular installation. For the libraries, we are using Pandas, NumPy, Seaborn, and Matplot, Plotly, and Matplotlib. So we are using Matplotlib basically for the appearance and styling for the graph. Then, so for this project, we are using three data sets. The main data set is a clean complete data set. Then we have country-wise and day-wise data set, which is required for our further analysis. So if you take a look at our main data set, you can see it has probability and state countries, latitude and longitudinal data, date, confirmed, deaths and recovery active, and WHO region. Then if we look at our day-wise data set, we can see it has date, confirmed, again, confirmed date, death, recovered active. These are the cases which are not using. Then if you look at country-wise data, then again the same data set, but we have the countries. So this is our main data set which we are using. It has around 49,000 entries and 9 columns. So let's head on to the data processing and cleaning. Basically, we are finding the mean median for all the three: death, recovered, and active cases. The project is mainly dependent on these three cases, that is death, recovered, and active. Then we are looking for the null values. We can see the rest of the data set doesn't contain null value, but our main data set contains null values in provision and states. So we are going to filter that out. So this is the function we are using for replacing all the NaN values with the not available. And we are dropping the unused data, that is WHO region. Then we are invoking the clean data function. Okay, so let's head with the plotting. Before starting with the plotting, this data set is this data set is 3 years old and may not be accurate up till now. So let's head with the line plot. As you can see, this is our first line plot, the death line plot. This is framed on the main data base. So as you can see, there is a gradual increase in the death, and the overlapping of the solid region shows that during this region there are many deaths. Similarly, we have done for recovery. So recovered cases, at the beginning there was very less recovery, but after a year or so we are getting more recovery. Similarly, for active cases, the active cases has increased because the active cases again the main set for the recovery and death. Then, okay, so to get to main top 10 countries for the graphic and further analysis, I have plotted the graph for the top 10 countries with the most cases. This is a stacked graph. As you can see, the US is the main contributor in this data set. The US has the most number of confirmed deaths and recovered and active. And again, if you look at Italy, it has the least number of confirmed deaths and active. So this graph is taken upon the number of active cases. So if you want to do further analysis depending upon the active, death, and recovered of each country, so I have done the same. So the top 10 countries by death, we can see US is the US has the most number of deaths and Belgium has the less. Again, depending upon the recovered cases, US has the most and Chile has the less. And upon active cases, US has the most active cases and Italy has the less. So as you can see, on basis of the analysis, US is the main contributor for the active cases and deaths. So if you since our data frame contains latitude and longitudinal data with the state and provision, we are going to make use of it and plot an interactive map in our Jupyter project. So our country-wise data set doesn't contain latitude or longitudinal data. So what we are doing is we are getting the latitude and longitudinal data from the main data frame to the country-wise data frame. Then we are using Folium. Folium makes these interactive maps. As you can see, it divides node. It divides the total cases into 3 nodes. As soon as we zoom into a node, again there are subnodes created. So if we take a look over here in India, So it shows all the total values, that is confirmed death and recovery. Similarly, it has done for others as well. The green signifies that it is not that much active or not much data has been recorded. And the orange shows at least there's an increase in the death or active cases. So again, if we take over, again it creates subnodes. Then on each node, we are able to get the total access, that is confirmed death and recovery. Now, to get a fluopathic map, I have used GeoPanda. GeoPanda creates the map depending upon our So depending upon our depth, it has created a map. You can see that here the Brazil region, there's a much more amount of death rate than other, like second is India. So depending upon the color, it has created a map. Then we're going to take a look in the relation map. Okay, so this is confirmed versus death. Here we are using day-wise data for more accuracy. As you can see, there's a linear increase in the confirmed versus death graph. Similarly, we have plotted for the confirmed versus recovered graph. So as you can see, there's also an increase, but there's a slight increase in the recovered versus confirmed. Again, I have plotted the day-wise COVID-19 cases. It has taken it from the day-wise database. As you can see, during the beginning of February, there are less amount of death and recovered. But after April, we can see there's a gradual increase in recovered and active cases, but not that much in the death. Then let's do the pie chart. So the total percentage distribution of COVID-19 is shown in this pie chart, where you can see 47.9% is the total active rate all over the region. Then 46% minus recovered and 5.2% is our death. Similarly, I have created for India as well. That is 33.5% is active and 64% have recovered from this and 2.3% have died. Finally, I have plotted a heat map. Heat map actually gives the relationship between that. If the person is confirmed, then we can see that he has 0.94% of death. Similarly, even for recovery, it is 0.99% confirmed. Then that's all. So I would like to conclude this project. This project can be further used for other analysis by combining COVID-19 vaccines, and using the WHO region we can further improve this data. Thank you.